Hello everyone. So today we will be starting with the supplementary reader book, that is your moments, and we'll start with the very first chapter from the book, and the lost child. All right. So before starting the chapter, just let me give you a brief introduction to the chapter, that what is there in the chapter that we will be reading. So basically it's a fiction, it's a story uh, in which a child is there, and along with his parents he went to a festival of spring. It's a sort of a fair, you can say. It's a spring festival, and when he reached over to that fair, to that festival, he just wanted to buy certain sort of things from the toy shop, from the sweetmeat seller, and flower seller, the snake charmer. He was fascinated by the great stampede at that festival, and he keeps on telling his parents that he want to buy this and that, but every now and then his parents kept on refusing, and he always was answered in denial. So at the end, what was there, uh, he was so much fascinated by one of a, you could say, a ride. There was a roundabout. A roundabout is your, it's a swing that you have usually seen, you might have seen in somewhere on the uh, amusement parks or somewhere else. So he was so much fascinated after seeing that roundabout that he forgot about his parents, and eventually he got lost in the crowd. So what happens at the end, that we'll explore, that we're going to read. All right. So without wasting much of the time, let's start with the chapter. All right. Okay, a few of the words I have highlighted, and I will be telling you the meanings of those. So I suggest you to write the meanings over there if you are having the books. Otherwise, you can make notes over there. Later on, that would be convenient for you to understand the chapter. All right. Okay. I'm starting with the very first paragraph. It was the festival of spring. From the wintry shades of narrow lanes and alleys emerged a galley clad humanity. Alright, so it was a festival of spring, it was a spring festival, it was sort of a fair. From the wintry shades of narrow lanes and alleys. What are lanes and alleys? What are those? I think you know, that is a narrow sort of passage. That's a narrow passage. Emerged a galley clad humanity. What is a humanity? Humanity, the word humanity over here, it's been used for the crowd. The word humanity over here has been used for a crowd. Galley clad, cheerfully clothed. That people were wearing cheerfully clothed, uh, bright clothes onto them. Some walked, some rode on horses, others sat, being carried in bamboo and bullock carts. One little boy ran between his father's legs, brimming over. What is brimming over? What's the meaning of brimming over? It's full of, brimming over with life and laughter. So, in these lines, in these three lines that we just have read, the scenario of the festival that's been described over. So just keep it in mind. Somewhere you in the answer you might have to use these lines. Okay. So let's going. Uh, Next paragraph, on to the next page. Come, child, come, called his parents as he lagged behind. What's the meaning of? I hope you meaning know the meaning of lagged behind. Lagged behind. He was left behind, and fascinated by the toys. I have uh, highlighted the word fascinated. What's the meaning of fascinated over here? I hope you know the meanings. Fascinated, attracted. As he was fascinated by the toys in the shop, so he, at the very first, he was fascinated by the toy shop. You might you might need the sequence, particular order. As he entered that festival fair, as he entered that uh, festival of the spring, So the things he came across in a sequence order, I want you to keep those in mind. He was at the very first fascinated by the toy shop that lined the way. He hurried towards his parents, his feet obedient to her call, his eyes still lingering on the receding toys. What's the meaning of lingering? I have highlighted the word over here. Lingering. What's the meaning of lingering? Following. You can write the meaning. Lingering is following on the receding toys. Receding is moving back. Receding twice as he come to where they had stopped to wait for him. He could not suppress the desire of his heart. Suppress the desire? He could not help his heart. He wanted to buy to have those toys so much direly. Even though he well knew the old cold stare of refusal in their eyes. Somewhere deep in his heart, the child, he still knew that if he is going to ask for the toys from his parents, they are just going to. He was aware of those old cold stares. What's the meaning of cold stare? I hope you know the meaning. Stare is a stern look or a gaze. Alright. I want that toy. I want that toy, he pleaded. He asked his parents that I want that toy. His father looked at him red eyed in his familiar tyrant's way. What's the meaning of tyrants? Cruel, arrogant. The meaning of tyrant is arrogant. The father replied to his plea. When he asked for the toys, his father replied him in an arrogant manner, that just with his red eyed. He just gave him a stern look, stared at him. His mother, melted by the free spirit of the day, tender, what's the meaning of tender? Loving, tender, and giving him her finger to hold, said, "Look, child, what is before you." So his mother also wanted to distract him from his fascination, you could say. Moving on, it was a flowering mustard field, pale like melting gold as it swept across the miles and miles of even land. So his mother wanted him to just distract his to gain his attention. What his mother said, just hey child, just look over there, what is there? So as he looked over there, what was there? It was a field full of flowering mustard flowers. The field was full of mustard flowers. Alright, next is a group of dragonflies. I hope you know the meaning of dragonflies. That's a sort of insect. A group of dragonflies were buzzing. The moment of those insects is called buzzing. Were buzzing about on their gaudy purple wings. So that was the features of those dragonflies being discussed in these lines. Intercepting the flight of a lone black bee or butterfly in search of sweetness from the flowers, the child followed them in the air with his gaze till one of them would still its wings and rest, and he would try to catch it. And after looking at those dragonflies, the that boy, the young child, he was waiting for one of the dragonflies to sit and be still so that he could catch them. Moving on, but it would go fluttering, flapping up into the air when he had almost caught it in his hands. Then his mother gave him a cautionary call. What's the meaning of cautionary? I hope you know the meaning of cautionary. Cautionary. Cautionary is your his mother was trying to make a alert call for him. His mother was making him alert from time and then. Mother gave him a cautionary call. Come, child, come, come on to the footpath. And his mother told him to, so that he might not get lagged behind. So his mother gave him a cautionary call. Mother called him. Okay, next is your. I'm heading with the next paragraph. He ran towards his parents gaily. What's the meaning of gaily? Happily. Other word for happily is your gaily. Parents gaily and walked abreast. What's the meaning of abreast? I want you to write the meanings. Abreast, in front of. He ran towards his parents gaily, happily, and walked abreast of them for a while, being, however, soon left behind, attracted by the little insects and worms along the footpath that were teeming out. What's the meaning of teeming out? That were coming out in, you could say, large number, teeming out from their hiding places to enjoy the sunshine. Next is, come, child, come. His parents called from the shade of a grove. Grove, I think you have come across in the previous class also, the word grove. Grove is a group of trees, any sort of group of trees, that's called a grove, where they had seated themselves on the edge of a well. He ran towards them, and he ran towards his parents after they made him a call, and his parents were seated on a wall of a edge of a well. A shower of young flowers fell upon the child as he entered the grove, and forgetting his parents, he began to gather the raining petals. What's the meaning of petals? I think you know. Raining petals in his hands. But lo, he heard the cooing of, what's the meaning of cooing of doves? The voice, that the noise that the doves make, that's called cooing. That voice of the doves is called cooing. I heard the cooing of doves and ran towards his parents, shouting, the dove, the raining petals dropped from his forgotten hands. And as he was rushing toward his parents, he was collecting the raining petals of the flowers. But as soon as he heard that cooing, that voice of the dove shouting, the dove, dove, he ran towards his parents, and he forgot the petals that he just had collected in his hand, and they eventually fell from his hand. Okay, moving on. Come, child, come, they called to the child, who had now gone in wild capers. What is wild capers? Capers, it's sort of a dance that's been played in a playful manner. That's called capers. Round the banyan tree, and gathering him up, they took the narrow, winding footpath which led to the fair through the mustard field. And now they have entered the uh, that festival, that fair. All right. Okay, moving on. As next page, as they neared the village, the child could see many other footpaths full of throngs. What are throngs? Throngs is a, you could say, large crowd, group of people, large crowds of people moving. Footpaths full of throngs, covering to the whirlpool of the fair, and felt at once repelled and fascinated by the confusion of the world he was entering. What's the over here in this line? Repelled and fascinated by the confusion. So there was a great stampede, there was a great hustle and bustle as he entered the fair. A sweetmeat seller. Now, on the next, as they reached the festival, the fair, next what he had encountered, a sweet meat seller. A sweet meat seller hawked gulab jamun, rasgulla, burfi, jalebi at the corner of the entrance, and a crowd of pressed round his corner at the foot of an architecture of many colored sweets, decorated with leaves of silver and gold. The child stared open eyed, and his mouth watered for Burfi, that was his favorite sweet of all time. Now, he had entered the fair, and the second thing that he encountered was a sweet meat seller, and the gulab jamun, the rasgullas, all those sweets. Among those, the burfi, that used to be his favorite one. He looked at the burfi, and he asked his parents that I want burfi. He slowly murmured. What's the meaning of murmured? He whispered in his mouth. But he half knew as he begged that his plea, his request, what's the meaning of plea? Request. That his plea would not be heeded. Now that's a new word, heeded. Heeded is your will not be paid attention. That's the meaning of heeded. He knew that his plea, his request will never be heeded, will never be paid attention at all, because of his parents would say he was greedy. So without waiting for answer, he moved on. So without waiting for the answer from his parents, he kept on moving, he moved on. Okay. Next, a flower seller hawked a garland. Now the second, after that, the one he encountered at that festival was the flower seller, the one person who sells flowers. A flower seller hawked. Hawking, I hope you know the meaning of hawking. Hawked. आवाज लगाना. Okay. A flower seller hawked a garland. What is a garland? I hope you know garland of gulmohar. A garland of gulmohar. A garland of gulmohar. Garland is your in easy words if I have to say it's a हार जिसे हम बोलते हैं हार. And certain of the ceremonies that are used on marriages or other events, हार जो गले में डालते हैं, that's called a garland. A garland made of gulmohar flowers. The child seemed irresistibly drawn. What's the meaning of irresistibly drawn? Too powerfully attracted towards. He was so much attracted, he went towards the basket where the flowers lay heaped and half murmured, I want that garland. And somewhere in his mouth he murmured that I want those garlands. But he well knew his parents would refuse to buy him those flowers because they would say that they were cheap. Alright, so he asked again, he tried to please his parents, but he knew deep in his heart, he knew that his parents would reply that they were cheap. So without waiting for an answer, again he moved on. So he didn't wait for the answer from his parents, he moved on. A man stood on a pole with yellow, red, green and purple balloons. Now the next one that he encountered was a man who stood by a pole with yellow, green, purple and balloon. Different colors of balloons were flying. The child was simply carried away by the rainbow glory of their silken colors and was filled with an overwhelming desire to possess them all. What's the meaning of possess? To have them all. So after that, he passed through that uh, flower seller, whom he encountered a balloon seller. So he was so much fascinated by the silken colors of those balloons that he wanted to possess them, to have them all at once. But he well knew his parents would never buy him balloons because they would say he was too old to play with such toys. So he knew the answer, that what his parents gonna say to him, that he is too old to play with such sort of toys, balloons. So without asking them, he walked on further. Next is the one he encountered was a snake charmer. A snake charmer, सपेरा जिसे हम बोल देते हैं. A snake charmer stood playing a flute. Flute, I hope you know, bansuri. Playing a flute to a snake which coiled itself in a basket, its head raised in a graceful bend like a neck of a swan, while the music stole into its invisible ears like the gentle rippling of an invisible waterfall. The child went towards the snake charmer, but knowing his parents had forbidden him to hear such coarse music as the snake charmer played, he proceeded further. So he was also attracted toward that snake charmer who was playing with the snake, but he knew that his parents had told him, has forbidden, told him. What's the meaning of forbidden? Forbidden is telling someone to not pay attention or to stay away from. So his parents had told him to stay away from such coarse music, and so he proceeded further. Next one, at the last, there was a roundabout. What is the roundabout? A roundabout is a sort of a swing that you might have come across somewhere in the amusement park or at some fair or at some other festival that goes round and round at a full speed at a full swing. That's called a roundabout. You might have seen somewhere in the fairs or at the amusement parks. There was a roundabout in full swing. Men, women, and children carried away in a whirling motion. What's the meaning of whirling motion? In a roundabout motion. Shrieked and cried with dizzy laughter. The child watched them intently, carefully. What's the meaning of intently? Carefully. And then he made a bold request. And at the end, he was so much gladdened, he was so much fascinated after looking at that roundabout, after looking at that swing, that holding his heart, he made a request. He finally made a request to his parents, and what he said, I want to go to the roundabout, please, father and mother. So finally, after moving so much far, he finally made a request to his parents that I want to go to that roundabout. And later, what happened, that we'll be doing in the next session. Okay, I hope to see you in the next session. We'll be continuing with the next phase of the chapter. Till then, have a nice day. We'll catch up in the next session. Thank you.